Okay, we're back. Oh man. Sorry for that. Okay, we're back. Sorry for that rough start. Okay. I'm supposed to add Bua. Hi, Amy. Hi. I'm good, thank you. Okay. I think I was supposed to talk to you. Okay, cool.
Hello,
Hi.
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm really good. Thank you so much for doing this. It's amazing. So
Yeah,
I'm the founder of Broadway and Western Workshops, and thank you so much, Megan, for joining us. It's going to be an amazing few weeks with Sit Down Saturday.
of course. Can I just ask how old you are?
I'm 13.
That's amazing. You know, power to you. I mean, I know I was kind of like looking at who you've been messaging and stuff. Honestly, I have to really hand it to you because I mean, it's amazing, you know, the gumption and the confidence that you have to reach out to all these amazing people. That's, you know, so really good.
Thank you. We have another founder who's helping with a lot with this event, Taya. She's 14. She's actually watching right now. Taya is amazing as well. She runs a Q&A account. She's amazing as well. So we setting up this event together.
What's her name?
Taya.
Taya. Well,
Yeah.
I got, you know,
So, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. Well, for anybody who doesn't know, I'm Megan Leung. I am, I was playing Catherine Parr on Six Bliss 2.0. Obviously that got cut a little short, so I think you know that there's a little bit of a shortage of material for you guys to pass around. Um, but yeah, so I'm originally from Hong Kong, which is where I am right now. I've just started my 21-day hotel quarantine, so I'm really happy that I have this to do on a Saturday, the next 3 evenings isolation. Uh,
How did you find your love for musicals, for everything MT?
so I actually started with ballet. My mother was the Hong Kong ballet mistress, and so her daughters were put in ballet, and because my best friend was doing it, I wanted to do it, obviously. And then another one of my friend's moms had like an after school program for musical theater. It was called Kids Gallery. And so I was in my first musical at the age of 7 or 8. Um, and it was just kind of rolled from there. I think the longest time I really wanted to do ballet professionally. And that's still kind of where my heart lies. I love ballet. I like classical ballet. And I don't know, I just kind of veered off because I don't know why, but I'm very happy that I did. So here I
How did you find out about Six musical?
am. I remember watching the West End Live performance with Maya. And then I don't know how this happened, but it's like I know so much of the girls in the different casts. I went to school in Chicago for a year with Courtney and Mallory. They were in my year. And then I transferred to GSA. So obviously I know other Courtney, Lauren. Think about who else I know in the show. But yeah, those were like the main girls I knew. And I was just like, oh my gosh, everybody. I've got to be, I know is in it. So
Because we were asking people to be part of this, like to part of the series, because there's some special guests, and everybody's like, "Oh my god, I went to school with Megan. I went to school with Megan." I was like, "How does everybody go to school with Megan?"
But I had the option of going to two different schools.
That's amazing. So how was the audition for Six the Musical? How were your auditions?
They were pretty crazy. Uh, I'm trying to think. I was originally called in as an alternate for the tour. And they had me prepare for Boleyn, Seymour, and Howard. And I did all of those. And then at the very end, they're like, can you just go outside for 20 minutes and learn par? I was like, what? Okay. So I went out, I auditioned for par. I thought it went really well, but I didn't get the job. And then they called me back for Howard on the West End, and didn't book that one either. But they called me back saying, would you be interested in doing the cruise? And at the time, I just moved back to London. I'd only been in London for about 6 months at the time, and I was kind of like, oh, I've just moved back. I don't really know if I want to leave, but I thought, okay, fine, I'll do it. And they're like, okay, well, the track is the alternate, but actually now par is available again. Do you want to audition for par? So I sent in a recording, but I was sick, and they could tell that I was. So then I was really, really fortunate that I was able to go in for my own private audition at the Arts Theater. Um, and I was supposed to do it on the stage. It would have been so cool, but they couldn't get the piano to work. The technician was on lunch, so then I ended up doing it in the stalls with musical director and Rose from Pearson Casting. And then Franny showed up in the background, and she had been there at my first audition, and so I kind of knew her and she knew me, so we worked through the monologue together, and that was it. And then I just kind of walked out of that thinking, they wanted me to have this, and if I didn't get this, then it's on me, it's my fault, and I've ruined it, but I got the job.
So what was like? You obviously booked the Catherine Barr. That's what you're here today. So what was it like? Meeting the girls, and I've heard all because we're after working really hard with Jade and Lucy. They were telling us you rehearsed it in 2 weeks.
Yeah, we learned the whole show in that was insane. I've talked about this on um, I did. I know, like our bliss, but it was my first professional job. Musical. Um, so like an insane experience, and also I hadn't done a musical since I graduated college. So it'd been 4 years since I graduated. Coming up on 5 years now. But so I was I was rusty. I was super rusty at picking up, and I think all the other girls had experience, more experience than me, and yeah, so it was tough picking up a whole show in 2 weeks, because by the third week we had to be running it and ready to put it on the next week. So, by the third week we were doing our as much of a dress rehearsal as we could, um, full run throughs for Norwegian. It was intense.
And so it must like how did you find your costume, honestly? Because we're after getting so much of Lucy and Becca sharing the pictures. What was your costume like?
My costume is a Broadway costume, so I have a peplum. Um, I wasn't ready until like the nick of time. It was really last minute, because when they all had their initial fittings, I was in New York. So they didn't get to make sort of like the bodice that they work off of, because they basically pin felt to you, and then they sew it together, and they get kind of like a shape, and then work off of that to make the rest of the costume. So they didn't have that for me. So I was a little late in getting all the rest of my stuff, and the detail that goes into all of these costumes is just insane. So to have all of these costumes ready, because not only did you have like the 6 girls, but then our 2 alternates also. I think with Broadway, the costumes changed, so they didn't get their own individual costume. They got replicas of everyone's costume. So that was 12 costumes that they had to make in 3 weeks.
Whoa.
Crazy for them. So yeah, costume is so cool. It's really, really cool. It's very difficult to move in. You wouldn't imagine how difficult it is just to put your arms above your head, but there's, so it's, yeah, but it's beautiful. It's incredible.
So unfortunately we didn't Danny get it was what he did 3 shows? Did 3 shows and then
4 shows because our schedule was that we did 2 shows a night, 2 nights a week. We got to do 2 shows back to back. It was,
but then and then the horrible news that everything shut.
yeah,
Poor.
we never would have like because we had SARS in Hong Kong 2000 and it stayed pretty localized. We've been through this before. We'll be fine. But clearly,
But what was that bond like with all the girls? Like it's an all-female cast. It's amazing, and then the creatives are all female, I think, as well. It must have been amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing. There's so much support, and I think it's drama. So, I think that yeah, I think like we all got along really well, which is very lucky. And it's just the thing that I think is difficult about it is that everybody wants to do everybody's songs because they're all so good, but it's incredibly exciting to be watching people get up and do their songs and see their individual on it, and you're just like, wow, oh my gosh, that girl's so talented. And then the next day you're listening to somebody else, you're like, you, and it's just there's incredible standard set for you. Girl, everybody's kind of pushed to be there standard. I know that we rehearsed for hours and hours and hours every day, but then we would go back to our housing and we would be up for hours. So,
That's crazy. So do you ever? Now this is a good question. Now, do you ever think that you're going to be the first part? Do you think that you're ever going to get this opportunity to be the first queen ever to play Part and Howard as main?
Hart and Howard. I would love to. Has anybody ever been recast as another part? I don't think so.
I don't think that they've went on and did a different queen. I don't think.
Yeah. I would love to. I mean, my ultimate dream, a year ago was to finish the cruise and then, transfer to the West End and then transfer to Broadway and, live all these crazy dreams. But I don't know. I mean, I would love to play Howard, but honestly, watching Becca go through that process, like, oh, it just like gave me the creeps to think about like Howard's character. As much as I love the song and I would love to do it, I don't know how I would do it every night. Like that's crazy. But I would love I would love the opportunity to do it, obviously, but I don't know. That's a dream. That's the list of dreams.
So I'm just going to do big rapid fire questions, and then I'm going to leave Amy on, and then we Liv, and then I think that's the end of today's first episode. Whoa! So I'm going to start the rapid fire. Ready? We'll do about 60 seconds or 50 seconds, whatever. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Dream rules.
What?
Dream rules.
Eliza and Hamilton, but then I also want to play any role in Hamilton. And pretty much all of Philippa Sue's in
show on Broadway you'd love to be in.
On the Town.
Would you ever do a play?
Pardon?
Would you ever do a play?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, definitely.
Jukebox or original musical?
Original musical.
I'm trying to think. Broadway or West End?
Broadway. Sorry. No, all are on the West End, so both.
Breakaway or Bliss?
Bliss.
Uh,
I have to
Howard
say.
or Parr?
Pardon?
Howard or Parr?
Park. Come on.
Hong Kong or New York?
Oh, that's nasty. Oh, I don't know. I can't pick that. That's home and home. Okay, skip that.
Chicago or GSA?
That's really hard. They were very different experiences. For me, I would say GSA.
Starbucks or Costa?
Starbucks.
McDonald's or KFC?
So I have to say, yeah, Starbucks is my ye old faithful.
McDonald's or KFC?
McDonald's.
Pizza Hut or Domino's?
Domino's.
Iced tea or a hot tea?
Hot tea.
Iced coffee or hot tea? Or ice
Hot
or
tea.
a hot coffee?
No coffee, just tea.
Christmas or Halloween?
Thanksgiving.
Summer summer or winter?
Summer.
Autumn or spring?
Autumn.
What star sign are you?
Leo.
That's the end of the rapid fire.
Okay. Oh, never done
Sorry
that
there.
before.
I did have to I made a few questions there that were very hard. I'm sorry. So I'm gonna hop off this now. Thank you so much, Megan. And I think we have Amy Bridges now, and then we have Liv Alexander.
Okay, amazing.
Amazing. Amazing. See you next week. See you next week.
See you next
Bye.
week. Bye. All right, Amy, let's be having ya. Also, I'm so sorry. I haven't been looking at any of these comments.
Is this working? How did this? Ah! I'm here. Hello, hello.
Ah.
I had no idea Taya was a part of this as well. She's my little Welsh friend.
Oh, really?
She's best, like one of my sister's best friends. Yeah.
Like
So.
there's so many people. It's incredible. Like I wish that I
would
had
never have been able to have done that at their age.
never.
No, madness. Oh, goodness. I look horrific. That's lockdown for you. I have not worn makeup for God knows how long. So I've got a bit of like a day cream, you know. I chucked on mascara, but my hair is so long, I can't do anything with it. It's a mop. So,
Can't get cut it.
yeah. Oh gosh, is this sound? Can you hear me? Oh, for some reason it cuts out with you. I don't know what you're saying. Is it just me, people? Let me know if I'm the only one who can't hear Meg.
You guys hear?
My sister just joined as well. There she is. She's the weird one with the Chris Evans picture, to be honest, because she's a bit obsessed, I think, with the Marvel films.
Evan. Hey, Rob.
There she is.
Somebody can't hear me either. Oh no. Okay.
I think I'm okay. If I don't talk, I think it's just breaking up now and then. It could be because you're all the way over in Hong Kong. I'm here in little old Wales, you know.
It could be. Apparently others can't hear me either. Oh no. Oh, some people can hear me. Okay.
It's maybe just a connection thing.
Maybe. I'm in a hotel. There's other people.
They're all quarantining. They're all hogging the Wi-Fi. How dare they?
I know. Okay, well,
Lovely to see you again.
Lovely to see you. So, Amy, when she came in for a tour.
It was to perform when we did like a little thing at Disney. So they had most of the original Bliss girls, but some of them couldn't do it because they were like, I need to go home, there's stuff going on, which is fair. And they asked me to be then the Seymour. So they took me off the breakaway, and it happened to be while you guys were in your last couple of days of rehearsals. So I was like, I'm going to go in and say hi.
And it was so nice to have you because, I'd never done a ship before. I had no idea what was in store, and I worked with Norwegian before. So it was so nice to have, like a little introductory person to explain and talk about.
I'm so glad I did it because there was like a couple of people in the same, I would say in the same boat, lol, but they hadn't done ships before, and I was like, I'm happy to be here. If you have any questions, like, let me know, because I don't think there's many differences between the breakaway and the Bliss. The shows, I mean, were the same and things. So working just for Norwegian and stuff, I was like, if you have any questions, I'm here. If not, I'm here to support and just cheer you on. And I was lucky enough to see your guys like final office run. They let me in, and I just couldn't believe how much you guys had achieved in just 2 weeks, because obviously we had the 3 weeks, and that 1 week makes such a difference because by that point you're cleaning. So we had like learned the show in 2 weeks, but we at least had a week of cleaning on top, which allows you to recap what you may have forgotten in the odd moment at the beginning of the show. And we were lucky enough to have that, and watching you guys just boshing it out after just 2 weeks of learning the show was incredible. You guys were amazing. I was so happy that I got to see you and just cheer you on and let you know that what you're doing was great, because I could see in your eyes so many of you like, oh good God, what am I doing?
Okay, this is my question for you, because you got to do a whole run, or almost a whole run, right?
Almost, yeah.
Almost a whole
short, yeah.
Did it get easier? Because, oh my God, the first time we did the first half run, they said to us that we needed to sort out our stamina because we were struggling. It was so hard to breathe. Does it get easier?
Every single, you think it gets easier, and it does kind of a little bit, but it was always at the same point in the show where we would all be like, okay, here we go, it's the last bit. And I think it was hang on, I need to think back. I can see where I am on the stage. What am I singing? So we've just done I Don't Need Your Love and things like that, and we're at the back in the huddle, and we're doing the for 5 more minutes, we're 6, and we were like, we've got this. We're all looking at each other in the eyes and like, come on, we're so close. And I feel like it happens every time. It was one of my favorite moments in the show, just to come back and be with the girls, but it was also the moment of, here we go. But yeah, it does kind of get easier, but also it doesn't, because I feel like because you've got a little bit more, you give a little more, so you're still always tired.
Keep pushing, yeah. I
But
mean,
one of the hardest shows I've ever done, but one of the most exciting shows I've ever done because of it.
Yeah. I just remember like in the behind the curtain. What words? Hello? Behind the curtain and just like waiting for it to like open up and go. Like,
oh, the kabuki.
Yes, the kabuki.
That's kabuki. Oh gosh, the kabuki. There was one show where it didn't drop.
What?
It didn't drop. You know when it goes
yeah.
and it like sucks away? It didn't drop. And so we're having to carry on, and we're like, until someone tells us to stop, we've got to keep going. So we're still going. And then just at the end of Ex-Wives, they got it off. They really released the button again because they'd had a chance to like reset it during the song. So all it was is we could never go as far back to do the walks forward, but we were all just with that, and we knew what we were doing, and we were just checking in on each other. You could see, and literally right at the end of Ex-Wives, it just went, and we were like, oh, thank God.
He's a true professional. Take notes.
Well, we tried. But we were just waiting for them to either call a showstopper. We were like, there's no way we can do the show with a kabuki day. We have to reset, and we would just restart. So it was either we just started from ex-wives again, or we would start from the opening speech, or whatever. But it was like, yeah, it was fine. Thank goodness. That was drama.
I have questions for you.
So, okay, I'm ready. I've got my cuppa. Let's go.
It's late, so I finished my beer and I have a cocoa.
What time is it in Hong Kong?
It's 9:30 p.m. I was ready to go to bed.
Oh my gosh, bless you. So you're like, I'll get this done, catch up in my jammies and go to sleep. Whereas I've just got out of my jammies, chucked on a dress, and I'm here. Okay.
What was your audition process like?
Oh, goodness, that was a long time ago now. So initially I'd been called in for the bit similar to you, like, so it'd been like the West End replacements or for the UK tour cast. And it'd gone really well. I'd been seen for Arrogant, Seymour. Who was the other one? There was another one. But it was never Par, and I wanted it to be Par. There was another one. And at one point they called me in for Howard, and I was like, no, this isn't right. And I literally went in, sang it once, they never saw me for her again. And I was like, thank you. I am not a Howard. But so initially I'd done that and sadly didn't get it. Sorry, my cat's asking for my attention. It's not happening. And then the opportunity to go for the Bliss, the first cruise ship, had come up. So I was like, I was in the finals for the tour or West End one. I was like, if I get so far, there's a good chance I could get as far again, if not get it. So I was like, I'd be stupid not to try. And I was fortunate enough that they cast me as rehearsal swing first. And they were like, but obviously we're casting another ship, so just wait and see. So we were like, do we take it then or do we not? And then literally it all happened on the same day. They had called and said, okay, we want to offer you rehearsal swing for the Bliss. And I was like, great. And then a couple hours later, they called to say they were waiting on whether to cast me as Howard or Seymour. And I was like, really? Please don't do Howard. That's not a thing. You heard me try. Please don't. I was like, also, where is that ponytail going to go? There is nothing to hold on to. There would be no pony. But don't get me wrong, Seymour with a short brown bob, that's fine. But Howard without a pony, I don't know how I feel about that. But anyway, but thank goodness they called back and then said, no, we want you for Seymour. And then they were working out whether they wanted me to still do the rehearsal swing or not. And then they decided, no, we want you for rehearsal swing. Because if anything happens, I can go on that ship and they've got time to recast the Breakaway if they had to then. So yeah, that's how it all went about, really.
Exciting.
It was a bit of back and forth and I was like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm here for it. Let's go. But yeah, so it was great fun.
Bake clip on fun. They want to see you as Boleyn. I would love to see you as Boleyn.
Boleyn surprised me because that was my rehearsal swing. I was first Boleyn, Seymour, then Par in rehearsal. They were my order in rehearsal swings. And oh no, absolutely lying to you. It was Boleyn, Par, then Seymour because I didn't actually end up doing Seymour as part of the rehearsal process. Right, okay. So, and Boleyn, I was like, oh, am I a Boleyn? And it was the most fun I have ever had was creating who Boleyn was to me. And I loved it. I would happily do Boleyn. Yeah. I would like to actually do Six again, but I want to go as Swing and have those three roles again to be Boleyn, Par, and Seymour and cover those three. I loved it.
So jealous of Boleyn's script because it's so witty, and then that thing with Howard, it's so cute, and I'm like, oh, nice neck, okay, like
brilliant. And with I thought Lucy was great at Boleyn as well, but it was also with R. Kelly, lol. She's just such a comedian in life anyway. She kills me. And the script was just so natural to her for Boleyn. I was weak. Oh, what are they saying here? Amy Aragon. That was a fun one in auditions.
I would love to see that. I mean, I think in the beginning I wasn't like that arrogant because I wasn't like brought in for it.
Mm.
I was like watching theater rehearsals. I was like, this is so badass. Am I allowed to say that?
So, Aragon is the queen. For
Oh,
me personally, I think the queen is Aragon. 100%. With her story and everything, she's the queen. And we just all follow after.
I know.
She is an incredible character.
Okay, here's a question for you. Controversial. If there was a queen that was going to win,
It's Aragon.
okay.
It's Aragon. That is what my answer is. She is the queen. How could you? I mean, she won a war for Henry while he was away, and was like, "Send him the head. I'll keep the body." Like, who does that? She won a war for him, and all because she didn't have a boy. Are you kidding me? And then the way he treated her, disgusting.
You know what I watched? I watched this. Have you heard of it? It's called The Spanish Princess, and it's about Aragon.
I have heard about the Spanish Princess. I haven't seen it. I also haven't seen the Tudors, and I love the Tudor period. So I really should watch that as well.
I haven't done that, but I will.
Mm. Maybe we should watch it together. We'll start it while you're in. Oh, mind you, you're in quarantine now, so this is the perfect time to binge.
4 series, and I'm only 5 days in. So
Wow. But there's nothing to do. I feel for you. Are you excited to be home?
I am excited to be home. I'm supposed to be starting a new job soon when I'm out. So there will be an announcement about that. So
That's good though.
yeah.
It's nice to be working.
I feel so bad for everybody in the UK and the US. Like I just feel terrible.
And what doesn't help us either now is because of Brexit. So it's probably going to limit the jobs for us as well, because it's not even like, okay, well, we can't work in London right now, but hey, let's go get a job in France. Are they going to want us? Are they? Especially if it's over 90 days. And because it's working, we'll probably need a visa. Ugh. Oh my God, Amelia is here. I'm inspired by Amelia today because Amelia wears smock dresses, and I bought a dress for work just for Amelia, and I put it on today. And if I can get my phone to stand. Amelia, this is for you. I was channeling you today with my smock dress because it was just, I wanted to chuck it on. And I was like, oh, I'm going to wear my Amelia dress because I'm talking about sex. So here she is. Anyway, sorry about that random moment.
It's a beautiful dress, Amelia. Style.
Amelia inspiration. Oh, she loves it. I feel amazing now. It's approved by Amelia.
I'm obsessed with Amelia.
I'm obsessed with Amelia.
I've been fangirling ever since she covered Dear Theodosia on her Instagram.
She's insane.
Really big throwback. That was like last year, like early into the lockdowns, and I was like, amazing.
How have we been here a year? I don't know.
You believe
Hey, I proper am rambling and not even letting you ask any questions. I'm so sorry.
I haven't been asking very many questions. Okay. Let me think. Before what other shows have you done? I want to know about.
Ooh. What other shows have I done? I haven't done too many. I've been very lucky though. So I left drama school a term early because I got a job working for Viking Cruises. That was my first professional job. And they are beautiful ships. So beautiful. But yeah, so I did like 2 contracts with them, just almost like back to back. I had 3 weeks off and went back and did like another 8 months. That was hard, but it was worth it. And then after Viking, I had about 6 months off when I came back, and then I got the UK tour of Cilla the musical, which is about Cilla Black. And I was understudy Cilla, so that was cool. And then
Were you in that with
Pardon?
Were you in that with Joe Etherington?
Joe Etherington. The name's not ringing a bell.
Never mind. Okay.
I'm really bad with names. But I'm trying to think now. I'm like, oh my God, I'm completely forgetting somebody. No, I don't think there was a Joe Etherington.
Don't worry about it. I'm probably mistaken because I've got the worst memory.
Unless you're thinking of Priscilla, the musical.
No, Cilla Black.
It was Cilla Black. Oh, maybe he came after us. I don't know. Anywho, so yeah, did Cilla, had about 6 months off. Then I did a panto. I was Dick Whittington in this cute little village in Tewkesbury. That was great fun. And then literally after that was the start of the auditions for Six. So I've been quite lucky that my longest, touch wood, my longest break in between shows have been 6 months, which isn't bad, to be honest. To be able to be auditioning during that period and then be lucky enough to get a job, 6 months isn't bad. This has been the longest in this whole blooming lockdown. But so yeah, because I only graduated in 2015, so 5, 6, kind of 6 years now.
Okay, what is your advice to young performers?
Be yourself and stop comparing yourselves to other people and their careers and what they are or aren't achieving and what you are or aren't achieving, because you are on your own path and you are unique, and there is no one out there can do what you can do, because only you can do you best. That's what I would say. Because I was so scared of being like, oh, but what about this person? They've already done this by this age. Like, why am I worried about because some people are lucky enough and they get out of drama college and they go straight to the West End and they're exceptionally lucky, but that doesn't happen for everyone. And for some people it doesn't happen for like 10 years, having like a 10-year plan set just to be like, obviously I'd like to aim there, but also the West End isn't everything. There's exceptional tours. Cruises is where the money's at. Let's be honest, like the money in a cruise is wonderful. So yeah, don't limit yourself. Don't have, I just want to do the West End. Don't do that. Do it all. Why not? I would love to do Edinburgh Fringe. I'd love to be in a Fringe show and do like a piece of new writing and put it out there. That'd be amazing. So yeah, that's what I would say. Stop comparing yourself to others. Do you?
Piece of advice. I think like, well, Franny, I haven't seen you perform as Seymour, obviously, but Franny was saying that like you had just such a different take on Seymour as everyone else, and like she loved it, and it just brought so much more, just some special ba boom to the show.
Aw, that's nice. That's really nice to hear. I had no idea, but no, I think I just can't wait to be a mum. I think that's probably also a part that's in me, is I'm just like, the idea of being a mum is just like, oh. So maybe it was the happy side of the motherhood is what I was looking for. The craving. I don't know. Craving? That's a weird word. But maybe, who knows? Yeah, but that's nice to hear.
Yeah. Okay, another question. What is your dream role?
Oh, I hate this question. I'm so bad at it because I don't know.
Like top, because I hate this question too.
I think it's because I just want to, and especially at the moment now, I'm like, I just want to perform now. There's not even a dream role anymore. Just put me on a stage. But I've always, since I was little, wanted to be the narrator in Joseph. Because Maria Friedman is life. And she was was one of the reasons I fell in love with musical theatre. I love Julie Andrews, but I'm not a soprano. But I would love to be Maria in Sound of Music because it's another film I fell in love with. Obviously, there's Elphaba.
Yeah.
A Belter's Dream. Lol.
Across the world.
Yeah. I was thinking about one earlier. I was like, oh, I'd love to do that. Oh, Janice in Mean Girls. I'd like to be Janice in Mean Girls. That would be a cool one. If I look young enough anymore, because God knows. Lockdown's adding the years.
Just get
but also the short hair does make me look a little bit older, but when literally put me in a wig of long hair and I look 12. So I do not suit long hair at all.
I have continued that button. I pulled out my photos from college. So I was what, like 15, 16, 17. I looked older then than I do now. What's happening to me? I just want to look 25.
Yeah. 25.
I'm 26, so I want to look 25.
Oh, I think 25 is a good age. I like being 25. I still feel like I'm 25. I feel like the last 3 years haven't happened. Yeah, I'm 28 this year. Ooh. Getting close to 30.
Oh,
I'm a little bit scared.
5, girl. Great.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
30, flirty, and thriving. That's what they say.
I will be having that tattooed. I'm joking. I wouldn't have it tattooed, but I will have it somewhere. I might put it as like a little post in my room or something. Like make it like on my bedside table.
Yeah.
I see it every day.
And you just be like, it's fine. It's totally fine. I'm fine. It's fine. I'm fine.
I'm all good. Yeah. I love that though. That's good.
Yeah. Okay, question. I had one. And you were saying, what's your favorite show?
Favorite show? Oh, you were hitting the tough ones.
Oh, I hate these questions too.
That's why you're asking them. You're like, what would you say? What would I say? Favorite show is? It doesn't help that I haven't seen many, and I know that sounds awful, but I grew up with watching like the DVDs of them, you know, like Sound of Music, The King and I.
Yeah.
Those Carousel, South Pacific, Singing in the Rain, On the Town. I hear you mentioned On the Town earlier. Love it so much. Oh, I don't know. I really don't know.
Okay, that's fine.
But I want to see more. I love to see, there's so many I want to see on stage. I want to see Come From Away. I want to see Hamilton on stage. I want to see Dear Evan Hansen. I want to see Mean Girls. I want to see Frozen. Mainly, I want to see the dress transformation. I'd love to see them on stage just to see what it's like.
I want to see the most.
What so do I want to see the most? I want to say Come From Away.
Yeah.
I've heard exceptional things about it, and I'm like, I want to see it now.
Me too. Yeah, that's true. That is actually a show that I haven't seen. And yeah, I feel like where like I haven't seen that many shows live because there weren't any available to me growing up.
Yeah. And then even when I was then old enough and I was living in London during drama school, I then couldn't afford them. I couldn't afford to go and see a show. So that's been my luck. Is like I've either been like living in Cardiff, it was whatever came on tour, but whether someone actually wanted to take me to go and see a show. And then I would be old enough to go and see them on my own, but I obviously didn't have my own money, and then moved to London. And yeah, money is the issue here. If I can have some money and I can just go and see some shows, it'd be great.
Yeah. No, it's true. I mean, London is probably the hardest city that I've ever lived in. It's so expensive. You can never stop hustling. It's tough. It's super, super tough. I started working the day after I moved to London because I was like, I can't afford to not work here. This is tough.
That's amazing though that you got a job straight away as well. But like you knew, sometimes you know when you're in London, you're like, I've got to get a job. I've got to get a job.
Had it lined up before I even got there, and I'd been working for the company before in New York. So I was like, I need a job, please just take me. But yeah, it's a tough city. Okay, last question before we end this, because I think Liv may have forgotten.
Oh no.
Is how did you get into musical theater?
How did I get into musical theatre? I was really late coming to MT. I always used to sing when I was little. but I didn't know it was something you could do as a job. I know that might sound silly, but I just never thought that that was something that you could do. Like, who gets to sing? Wow. So at first I wanted to be a physiotherapist, and I wanted to be the physio for the Welsh rugby squad. I mean, typical Welshie here. So that's what I wanted to do, but I always used to sing in like my comprehensive school, like whenever I could, the Eisteddfod for children in need, in the school shows, and that was probably when I started doing it. Mainly was in the school shows, but lol, I'm just gonna be honest and put it out there. So basically, my dad left, and that was the light bulb moment for me. I was like, I want to do what makes me happy. Nothing makes me more happy than singing. And my best friend at the time, Lloyd, was in Bridgend College doing the theatre course. And I was like, why am I not doing that? So I quit my A levels. I'd done my AS, and I was supposed to do the last year A levels, but I quit. I was like, nope. Left to Bridgend College. So obviously I started dancing then. That was fun. Ballet is hard, guys. So the fact that you love it, I admire you so much, because you need ballet, you really do. But oh my God, from someone who's done sport all her life, then trying to be flexible. No. But yes, yeah, so then I started at Bridgend College, and it just went from there. It was like that light bulb moment of, I need to do what makes me happy. Nothing makes me more happy than singing. And so I was like, and I enjoyed drama at school. So I was like, so why not try musical theatre? If it doesn't work, at least I've got like a basics in all three and can just branch off to singing. But yeah, fell in love with it, and just had the drive ever since to just keep on going with it, I guess. Don't get me wrong, these moments now where I'm considering, well, I'm hoping if I can get enough money, that I want to do like a sports massage therapy course. But I want to make it focused in dancers' bodies then, so I can help, especially if I go on tours and things, like helping out your cast. And like a massage can do the world of good. So it's something that I'm interested in. But yeah, I wouldn't change it. I'm glad I went down this path. So it's mad how something like that can just completely flip what I was doing, but it was meant to be.
Exactly. So,
yeah.
I mean, sure, that was extremely difficult, but the fact that you found something so great out of it, you know, I mean, that's a true testament to your character. And wow, what a wonderful thing to come out from that.
Yeah, it was meant to be, always. Yeah, I love it. But yeah, so that means I was 17, 18 when I started musical theatre. I've been doing it almost 10 years. Wow.
I mean, honestly, that goes to show that it's never too late to start too. Like,
oh, not yeah, 100%. I swear I know someone else. I don't think I know them personally, but I feel like I've heard the story either through like Twitter or something like that, where a gentleman has done that, but he's been in his 40s and has only then started his acting career, and it has taken off. I think it's even someone famous as well. I can't remember right now, but
I did a workshop, and there, you know, like it was all full of, you know, young 20-year-olds, and then we had this one lady who was in her late 50s. She was honestly incredible. And she was like, you know, my kids are grown and I love doing this. And like, honestly, she was like the best thing I'd ever seen. I was like, oh my God, why are you not on Broadway right now? Like, get your equity card and get going.
Yeah.
Like, the world needs this.
So much life experience behind her then. She'd have such more of an understanding of scripts and stuff, and just, oh, I love that. I love that so.
Like, getting into musical theater later in life, I almost wish that I had, because I think actors will always benefit from having other interests. Mm-hmm. You know, how are you supposed to play other people if you're just going to be somebody who wants to play other people? You know, like, you have to have other things to draw on. And, you know, I just think a smart actor is a good actor. Mm-hmm. You know, I can't tell you how many people, and myself included, where, I was going through school and my A levels or my equivalent of A levels being like, oh, why does math even matter to me? Like, I just want to act. But it's like, no, it's important. Focus on everything. But like now, especially where we're all in this, where Fatima's retraining and there's all this uncertainty and there's always, unless you're Amy Bridges, of course, there's going to be periods of time where you're not employed and like
Yeah.
long term, and it's like it's important to like branch out and like of course like pursue your dreams. Like I'm sure all of us have had those times where we're like, okay, maybe this is it for me and I have to move on and do something else. I know I've reached that point many
I've
times.
thought about that. Do I settle down and have a family now? Like, is now the time to be thinking about those kind of things? Or do I retrain in physiotherapy? Is it better for me to just change my path completely? It's a scary time, and I don't blame anybody who made that decision for them. If that's what's best for them, then do it, because their mental health comes first as well. That's what they need to do to get through these times. Do it.
Yeah.
Because the theatre world will be there if they decide to come back. It's not happening, but it'll be here if they decide to come back. Like I know some friends who've had to take a step back and take a break, and do it.
Yeah.
There's no in that. You need to do what's better for you, because otherwise you'll keep pushing and you won't be performing your best. And then you're just going to be, because you're not performing at your best, you're going to be getting more no's, and you're going to be going, why am I even doing this? Instead of taking that time, becoming stronger and more confident and coming back when you're ready and boshing it out. So either you'll take those no's and goes, that's fine, or you get those yeses because you've gone in confident, you know what you want, and they've received, the casting directors and the team, and they've gone, she's the one. It completely, I'm with you. I agree.
Yeah.
It's, but oh gosh, someone said nothing to do with MT, but rugby or football. Rugby. If I had to choose one, and that's can't wait to get into backstage aspect of musical theatre. Is it too late to get into it? No, Lucy, go for it. Backstage is amazing.
And there are courses. I mean, Lucy lives, is it too late to get into it? I don't know how old you are, what your life story is, but no, never too late.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And I think backstage is wonderful. And like you said, there's so many aspects of it as well. It depends. You've got like costume, stage technicians, the company managers, you've got it all. And I like set design, all of that stuff. Like incredible. I love the backstage team so much. They mainly become my friends. I'm still in some people who've been backstage in the shows that I've worked with. I actually think someone may have logged on earlier. My friend Paul, who's Scottish, was actually part of my stage manager in Scylla, and so that was how long ago now? I can't even work it out. I'm not even going to try. But a couple of years ago now. But we still talk and we still have conversations now. They become your best friends. I love them. I love them.
I mean,
London. Oh, you got time, girl.
Six Bliss, Sammy B is an icon, and she and she remains on.
She was so exciting. She was so excited to be with you guys as well. Like, so when you were in rehearsals and she was outside, like talking to me for a little bit and just checking in, because obviously I was on my own. She was just like, I cannot wait. I'm loving every minute with these girls. And she was just divine. I love it. So cute. This has been so lovely to just see you again, but it doesn't feel like it was because it was almost a year ago now.
No.
But no. But you look really well, Bibs. It's lovely to see you. And I'm so happy for you for whatever it is that you've got going on now in Hong Kong. And an incredible opportunity. I mean, is it a performing job?
It is.
So, I mean, how incredible that you're even performing in Hong Kong anyway.
I'm hashtag.
Is it?
Wait, you cut out.
Oh no, it's probably me covering the mic. for me, performing at like the new theatre in Cardiff, which is my home theatre, was like a dream come true. The next one is the Wales Millennium Centre, and I've ticked those both off. Are you getting to perform at like your home theatre, or like a theatre you like to tick off your list?
Not really. No.
Okay.
No. But it is weird performing in Hong Kong because I just never imagined coming back here.
Yeah.
And living here. Because when I came back last year because of the pandemic, I was like, oh, I'm just gonna stop off here until I go back to the ship. But then it just like wasn't that. And job and joined a band.
Oh yes,
So,
I saw. That was amazing.
and they're all journalists, like super hotshot journalists, and brought me on because one of them is dating a friend of mine, and they're like, you sing for us.
You sing for us. You.
Okay.
You're like, sure. But that looked so much fun because especially for us, we didn't have any live performance still at that point, and you still don't have live performance.
Yeah, like I feel for you guys, and it came just like the time where I was like, this is it, I'm done with theater now, and so I'm really, really grateful for that. And I'm so looking forward to the day that you guys get to go back and things open.
I can't wait things to sort themselves out. Not even just for me, just as in for the theatre world in general. I just can't wait for things to sort themselves out because I'll be like, my time will come when it's ready. Just please sort yourself out. So I've got something to come back to.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh. Ni hao. I speak Cantonese because I'm in Hong Kong, but I had to learn Mandarin. I had to do that for the Asian diversity part. Support and represent.
Represent. Oh, but no, you're gonna have an amazing time, and I'm so happy for you. And I will be keeping my eyes peeled to see what it is. We're living through you now. So please update us, like, story as much as you're allowed to, because I know some shows can be quiet and things, but like, I will be living through you every moment now. I'll be like, oh, look what she's doing. She's backstage. Oh, costume fittings and everything.
Living through you when you're on the West End or back performing in tour cruise.
Hey, you'll probably be back by then.
We'll see.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to end
Lots of love. Mwah. Thank you for today. And speak soon.
Speak soon. Take.
Lovely speaking to you all today. Bye.
Bye.